Alright, for the resume assignment, you're actually going to use a template in Microsoft Word. So it'll look like almost all the really hard work is done for you. You won't have to format it. Really, all you'll have to do is put in your own information. To do that, we're going to go ahead and go down to the Windows button. We need to open up Microsoft Word 2016. Don't go to the online version if that's an option. Make sure it says Word 2016 on it. When Word opens up, it defaults to asking you if you want to use a template, and you can see right here you can do all sorts of different crazy documents that are already set out here, flyers, newsletters, all that stuff. But you'll notice there is one resume here that's already given to you as a template. You're more than welcome to use this one, but if you want to search different ones, you can just come up here to the search bar and type in the word resume. Once it searches its thousands of templates, you'll be able to find multiple different styles of resumes. And the big important thing is whenever you're doing a resume, you want to do a resume that kind of shows who you are as an individual. So, if you are a little bit more straightforward, maybe a black tie design, you could do something that has next to no color whatsoever. You could have some color sprinkled in throughout. It really doesn't matter. Just really kind of choose one that you think looks good for what you want to use it for. So I'm just going to go ahead and take maybe this one. And I click on it, and it gives you a quick brief preview of what it is. We're not going to have a lot of this stuff, so don't have to worry about getting too crazy. I'm going to hit create. It's going to download the template and fill in my name for me. Since I'm logged in, it already does that. You'll see that there are different spaces. We'll get into that. But what I really want to do first, and it's absolutely important that you do this, we need to save this into our OneNote as soon as possible. That way we have very little risk of losing it. And to do that, we're going to go to File, Save As. For now, you're just going to put it on the desktop. I'm going to call this, Lampy Resume, or your name and resume. Always important to add your name in anything you want graded, just because it makes it easier to find. So we hit save. Yeah, you can just hit OK here. Now we'll see my resume is currently right there in the middle. In order to put it into my OneNote, I need to kind of minimize this. Restore down is what it's called. And you'll notice I have two pages here: resume assignment, resume itself. The resume assignment is just going to be used for a place to store this video as well as directions. You want to put your resume in the section that says resume. So you click resume, you're just going to drag and drop it in, insert it as a printout. Now, very, very important step. Once that is in there as a printout, you notice I closed Word. If you had attempted to do anything on that document again, it would have saved the version that's on the desktop, not the version that we saved in OneNote. So I actually want to open up OneNote again, and you're going to need to reopen OneNote through this file right here, or reopen your resume through this file right here. So you click on that, it opens it back up. It's going to give me the same thing, only this time I'm using the one that's already in the OneNote. If you don't open that one, all of your changes could potentially be lost. So once we're actually on the resume, resumes are a really good place to let employers know who you are and kind of what you're all about. And so you'll notice the first thing, obviously, going to want to put your name. For the phone number, please do not feel like you have to give me a real one, but 555-555-555. Your address, you certainly don't have to give me a real one. 1234 Madison Avenue. Email. Actually, if you want to get in the habit, you could use this as practice of putting your student number. So 123456 at student.dmschools.org. One thing to remember when you do a resume, if you have a personal email like a Gmail or a Hotmail, make sure it's appropriate. Usually your first name dot last name is at Gmail is a good one. Don't have superstud92 or something along those lines. And if you have a website, you can throw that on there. Most people don't. I kind of run the Des Moines one, so I'm just going to throw that on there. If you don't have a website, just close that. Now, where it says objectives is kind of like your mission statement or your goals for the future. So I want to gain employment. At a forward-thinking, place where I can grow and be successful. I don't know. This is obviously nothing really fancy. You just got to put something that makes it sound like you would be really good for an employer. You could also say, I want to, if you want a specific field. So if you're really into cars, I really want to learn how to work on cars and follow a passion of mine, something along those lines. Now, education, unfortunately, being middle schoolers, you really don't have a lot of education. So what you guys could do is, you're going to finish your experiences at Meredith in May of 2017. And type of degree, you'll just say middle school. I don't know. It's not really a degree, but we'll just say diploma. And then list any accomplishments you have. Maybe if you have done really well in, all threes in tech class. And if you hit enter, it automatically gives you another bulleted point. Maybe you were in some activities. Took part in football, basketball, and track. Okay. Any other organizations? Active role in speech and debate. Any of those little things that you did while you were at Meredith Middle School. Very important to add those. Employers really want to look for those extracurriculars. Experience. This would be if you have any work experience. For a lot of you, this could be babysitting. It could be detasseling. It could be working at my grandpa's farm. It could be anything. You're going to look for any work experience that you can potentially tell employers about. So let's say September 2015 through current, because you're probably still doing it. You're a babysitter. I don't know. If you don't have anything, like you just currently don't have any work experience, make something up. You sold cotton candy at a circus or whatever it might be. Obviously, if I'm babysitting, not much of a company, so we'll just say Mr. Lampy Babysitting Service. You can give your company its own name. Address is 1234 Madison Avenue. Type of job responsibilities. Watched whiny kids. Don't say whiny. That's disrespectful, but I'm just showing you. Skills. Anything you think you're good at. It could be from the ridiculous to whatever. I just want to see some skills. When I'm done, I need to save. So hit Control S or hit the save button. Close out Word. And you'll notice my resume is obviously, the printout is out of date. I'm going to refresh the printout. When I've done all of that, my resume is done, and I can move on to my cover letter.